What's going on, y'all? What's the deal? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all, come on up in here. Come on in here. I was about to tell y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, but this is not a regular video. This is a live stream. But still, if you new, and if you come in here based upon the live stream, come here for the first time, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the like button as you come on into this chat. Excuse my voice. I'm a little under the weather. I was trying to wait till my son went to sleep to do the live stream, but it seemed like he didn't want to go to bed. So I was like, let me just hop on here and see if I can get an audience on here tonight. I might not be able to get an audience. If I don't, it is what it is. But I was just like, while I'm up, let me see if I can get an audience. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see my son, Lil Mac, in the back, chilling out doing his thing. But what's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody feeling all right tonight. I know it's super late. Um, like I said, I was intending to go live much earlier, but I had some stuff going on. Then my son, he's still up. He don't want to go to sleep. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just have to get on and do it while he up. Cause hey, if I don't do it tonight, it might not get done tomorrow. Ain't no telling, man. But anyway, man, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna see if I can get an audience on here first before I start going into the whole little thing. But welcome to all who are new. I appreciate people coming on who are new to the channel. Say what's up to me. Stop wasting time, 1980. What's going on, man? What's the word, boss? Like I said, we got 5 people in here. Let me see if I can get a few more people in here. I might not be able to. Rap God Reloaded. What's the word, man? What's the deal? Let's see if we can get some more people coming on in here. Y'all hit the like button as y'all come in, please. Hit the like button as y'all come into the live stream. I be going live at odd times of the day, man. And listen, man, when you got kids, sometimes it can get unpredictable what time you gonna go live, depending on how what's going on with them, etc. I might, depend on if I can get an audience, I might have to talk about the topic at a later date. But we gonna see something. We gonna see something. I haven't seen your videos on Aries about Ice Cube. The one I said when he was talking about Ice Cube not being a good rapper or something like that. That video that I made about that. I made a video about him talking about Ice Cube's rapping ability and not being a fan of his rapping. Yeah, Bud Billiken parade was today. I didn't. My daughter went with her mom, her cousin. I'm gonna say her mama, her cousins. I didn't go though. Me and my son didn't go though. But my daughter went with her cousins and stuff. Me and my son a little under the weather, so we up in here trying to recuperate, man. As y'all can hear, I sound a little different because we're a little sick right now. But should we gonna try to shake this off? I gotta go to work tomorrow. What's up, y'all? We kind of building the audience right now. Like I said, I don't want to get into it until I get me a few more people up in here so I can start talking about the whole situation. I was expecting for more people to come on. Having an attic for what? What's up, y'all? Y'all talk to me as y'all come on in here. Let me know y'all in here so I can start talking about the topic. I don't want to start talking about it if I feel like, ain't nobody in here. You said her ex having an attic for climax. What do you mean by that, rap guy? What you mean? Yeah, man. I mean, but what I don't know if she was she talking about David Justice when she said that? I don't know. Was she talking about David Justice when she said that? I don't you didn't see. You said yes. So in the interview, he said he never had any infidelity with Halle Berry. He said that. So for those who don't know, I think that that was she said that about Eric Benet. Yes. That she said it about Eric Benet. That's who it was. There you go. Stop wasting time. 1980. Definitely got that right. That was about Eric Benet. So for those that don't know what I'm talking about, David Justice, former Major League Baseball star, former three-time All-Star, World Series champion, he was getting interviewed on All the Smoke, right? David had a 14-year baseball career, played for the Atlanta Braves when the Atlanta Braves was smoking hot, when they was the hottest ticket in town as it comes to baseball. Um, Matt Barnes is interviewing him because Matt Barnes is a baseball fan, and they're talking about his career. And at some point in the interview, they're going to bring up his relationship with Halle Berry. So he starts talking about he asking David Justice what did he learn about having public relationships, high profile relationships, and like did it affect him in any way or whatever? And he was like, the only time I had like a where a high profile relationship affected me was when I was with Halle. And he started going into their relationship. He starts speaking about the fact that Halle Berry proposed to him after knowing him for only 5 months, right? And he said that he accepted the proposal because he didn't really know how to turn her down. You know what I mean? He knew he wasn't really ready for marriage, but they were having a good time. They were enjoying each other's company. So he said, okay, I don't really want to turn her down either. And we enjoying each other's company. We having fun. Okay, why not? Right? So they agreed to get married. He met her in May of 91. By January 1992, they were married, right? So they got married in a very, very short span. And then he came to say that there was no infidelity in a relationship. He had no problem. Like, he wasn't cheating on her. She wasn't cheating on him. But he did have a problem with one time they went to dinner in LA and she saw an actor that she acted with in the movie and she kissed him on the mouth, right? They kissed on the mouth. He asked her what was that about, and she said that's just an LA thing. That's what they do in LA. I think that's a movie. I've seen Hollywood actors do that to each other outside of the movie. Like they give each other a peck on the mouth. But he was like, other than that, everything was cool. But he said after being in a relationship for a while, he began to feel like he didn't he didn't know if Halle Berry would be motherly type woman. They had no children while they were married. But eventually he wanted children, and he said that Halle did not cook or she didn't clean. So, he was basing his ideals about motherhood. He was basing it upon his mother, what he saw his mom do. Right? His mom cooked, she cleaned. He said Halle didn't do those things. And so, he kind of was looking like maybe this is not the woman for me because I don't really see any motherly attributes in her, etc. Right? And he said, in 96, he called the marriage. He basically not called the marriage. Oh, they got married. He basically ended the marriage in 96. And I think he said February of 96. And they basically told her he felt like, um, things weren't going, I guess, basically it wasn't going to go. What he said was he couldn't see himself spending the rest of his life with her based upon things that she kind of didn't do. And he said, you know what? In hindsight, she was an actor. Her acting career was getting off the ground. She was going, here. She was doing movies, etc. He was a star baseball player. So he said maybe things could have worked out if we had some counseling or some therapy, couples therapy, marriage counseling. But they didn't have that. And so he said, he kind of look at things a little differently now, but you know, at the time he felt like he couldn't see himself spending the rest of his life with her, right? And um, so he was like, you know, um, he decided to end the marriage. She didn't want the marriage to end. She did not. She really, she loved David. She didn't want the marriage to end. but he was not happy in it. So they went their separate ways. You know what I mean? He said when they first got married, she said she wasn't gonna want no money from him, and they didn't have any children, so the separation should be easy split. They split or whatever, but the problem he said he had with Halle, which is where I believe he's saying all the things he's saying now, is that over the years, Halle had talked about an ex-boyfriend that beat her, that made her lose her hearing in her ear and all of that. And people would assume it was David Justice. And David said what really hurt him is the fact that Halle never cleared his name. He says, I know the boyfriend that was beating, that was hitting on her. I know who it is. I'm not going to say his name, but she knew it wasn't me. And she allowed the world to believe it was me. She never said it wasn't David. And so people to this day feel that David was a woman beater. Even when the Shade Room posted what he said, because they took a small clip of what he said, that little quote where he said she didn't cook and she didn't clean, and he didn't feel like she had motherly instincts or whatever. They took that little clip from all of the things he said, and they posted it in the Shade Room. And you had women in the comment section saying, didn't he beat on her? Didn't he beat on her? And David has been firmly denying abuse towards Halle for over 15 years. You got interviews from 8-9 years where he's saying, I did not beat on her and she needs to come out and say it. Why is she letting people believe I hit her and put hands on her? And in that aspect, I feel it. Like, yo, if you know I ain't put hands on you, don't allow everybody to think I was beating on you. Don't do that. That's my reputation is being sullied, and people think that, I put hands on you. You know what I mean? Say that I didn't do it. And that's why I feel like his gripes with Halle is stemming from. Now, granted, cooking and cleaning. Now, Halle wasn't the Halle of today when he was with Halle. Halle had just did Jungle Fever. I think Boomerang was just like on the horizon at that time. I think Boomerang was on the horizon maybe at the Boomerang had just came out. When Boomerang come out? Boomerang had came out already at that point. Because then I think they ended the divorce in 96. Boomerang had already came out. But Halle she wasn't the big, I guess, the superstar that she is now. And what the hell? And she wasn't making the money that she's making today. So he was the breadwinner in a relationship. He was paying for everything for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And so, but anyway, he like, yo, like, tell people that I didn't beat you. But because he said what I did know is that in Hollywood, actors have PR machines behind them. So when we split up, you start hearing rumors about me sleeping with all different type of women, and I was not doing that. When he said he wasn't doing that when he was with Halle. You know what I mean? He was not doing that. Nor was he beating on her. But he like, yo, she let people believe that. And so that's what he feels agitated with. You know what I mean? Now, as far as the cooking and cleaning go, because I got off topic. Like most men, when they think of a traditional wife, they think of a woman that's going to cook and clean, right? And she's an actor, though, so her schedule was a little different. You know what I mean? Her schedule was a little different. But at the time, he was the big breadwinner. So in his eyes, he said in his eyes, he was looking at a wife as what his mother was, a woman that cooked and cleaned and all of that. And he's saying she didn't do that. Now, he should have known that before he married her, though. And the problem comes into play when you marry somebody too quickly. He said Halle Berry proposed to him after 5 months of dating and knowing each other, right? She proposed to him. He accepted. They were married in like 8 months of even knowing each other. That's way too soon. I don't care what nobody say. When women say, most men say they know a woman if they want to marry a woman after 6 months. I think that's BS. Y'all are still in the honeymoon phase with each other. Everything y'all do is still cute. Y'all still giggling. Y'all still holding hands when y'all in the grocery store. Y'all still sitting on the same side of the booth in the restaurants. Y'all still are like super giddy and all of that. And I'm not saying you still don't get those same butterflies when you with a woman, but the honeymoon phase, you come down from that eventually. And they never got to experience that, the highs and lows of a relationship, etc., because they just got married while being in the honeymoon phase. So he didn't think about, oh man, or didn't see that she didn't cook or clean and all of that type of stuff. And he married her not knowing if she did those things. And then when he got with her, he like, yo, it became an issue for him after he got with her. But that's why you're supposed to take your time when you with somebody. I don't. People be like, we getting married after like 4 or 5 months. That's cool, and that's some that works for some people. But a lot of times, people don't be knowing who they marrying, and they have these expectations of what they think the person is. And when they get together, it be a whole nother thing. The bandwagon say, my wife and I got married 7 years after we got together. Now, bandwagon, now that's real. Oh. How I do this? Oh, man, I ain't mean to do this, man. How I undo him, man? Uh, how I undo him? I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I undo that, man. I accidentally put that brother in that thing. I ain't even mean to do that. Damn, I gotta figure that out. Cause I don't know how did I put that brother in that type of band. I don't know how I did that. That's crazy. Stephen Trill, what's the word, man? I gotta figure out how I do that. How do you undo those things? Cause I didn't mean to ban that brother. I tried to put his comment on screen. Um, yeah, but he said, yeah, but she was Halle, a cold piece back then. Shoot, I would have married her on site. Right. But SL David say he wasn't ready for marriage at all. Um but he right, you right. Most men were like, she proposed to him, but he like, all right, cool, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's go ahead and get to it. Yeah, and I know what it is. You know, when a woman is beautiful like that and you figure y'all getting along well, y'all ain't got no issues like that yet, let's go ahead and do it. But in hindsight, I'm sure you probably would have took his time with Halle. You know what I mean? Because then you really know, dang, this woman don't do this. This woman don't do that. You know what I mean? You really would have known. You would have known, man, I got to take my time with this lady. I mean, with this woman, even though she fine or whatever. But you got to kind of know, because it's like when you get with a person and you don't know what it's like to live with it. You don't know what if that person is junkie. Sometimes you don't know these things until you live with a person. You know what I mean? If the person is person that clean up, if they take care of the house, um, all these type of things. If they're a person that what's the word I'm looking for? What else? Sometimes you don't know if a person is very, very nurturing until you see them around children, until you see them around, till till you're domesticated with them, until you're domesticated with that person. And so yeah, but I'm with y'all though. Halle was fire though. Halle was fire. So, but the way he said I would have taken my sweet time with her too, my sweet time. Yeah, a lot of brothers, hey, of course would have taken their sweet time with her, like a lot of dudes would have. But I think the reason why, because the headline from the interview was him saying she didn't cook and she didn't clean, and people looking at it like, oh, you want her to be your mama and all of that. And I think older men at that time, they think a wife is when they think of a wife, they think of a traditional woman, right? And I'm gonna be for real. You and me, you gotta clean up after yourself. I'm gonna help you clean. I can clean too. But if you don't do no cleaning, I can't be with you like that. I'm a clean too. You ain't gonna be the only one cleaning. It ain't just your responsibility. But if you don't do no cleaning, I can't be with you. If you just don't care about nothing about cleaning up, Now, if you don't cook, we can get around those things, especially if you're a millionaire. Now, some people say David should have hired a maid, right? Why he didn't hire a maid? He was a multimillionaire. But some brothers like, yo, even if you don't clean as a woman, it still ain't a good look. Even if you can get a maid, it still be like, yo, you know, that Moesha and Martin, 3 meals a day. He said that Moesha and Martin, 3 meals a day, every day. Right. Women are right. Men don't want to marry after the honeymoon stage. Unrealistic expectations set in. Hold on, Sharon, elaborate on that for me, Sharon. What you mean? You saying men after the honeymoon phase is done, they don't want to get married after that, so it's best to marry in the honeymoon stage? Zero said, I don't mind cleaning either, but not cleaning after yourself is just crazy. Right. And I don't know if he was saying she didn't clean after herself or she just didn't clean. Like she would be at the house and she did not do no cleaning or nothing. And for me, again, I can clean. I grew up cleaning up. I'm talking about pine saw, scrubbing, cleaning up bathrooms, cleaning up the kitchen, doing dishes. So I have no problem with that. I'm not saying that's only a role for a woman, but I can't be with a woman who don't do no type of cleaning. You don't do no cleaning, I'm doing it. I can't do that. Because cleanliness is next to godliness. And if you don't care about cleaning up, it's something. It says something about you as a person. You don't care. Now again, we all have times we get lazy. We all have times where we don't feel like doing no cleaning up. We all have times where we just feel like, I'm tired. It's too much. But not cleaning at all. Yeah, that's when a problem comes in here. You know what I mean? That's when a problem comes in here. Halle also went through a past relationship where she experienced violence from her ex. Yeah, and that's David's problem. AW1, what's going on, man? David said Halle allowed people to believe that that he was the ex that abused her. People to this day think David Justice was putting hands on Halle, and he denied it in the interview. And he said that's what made him upset, is because she never came out and cleared his name and said, no, it was not David Justice who was putting hands on me and made me lose my hearing in one of my ears. You know what I mean? And because people in the shade room, like, they really saying, ain't this the one that was beating on her? And David has been denying beating on Halle for 15 plus years. He's been firmly saying, I never put hands on her. I know who did do it. I'm not going to drop his name, but Halle should have cleared my name knowing it was not me who did that. She said it was a boyfriend. I don't remember she said it was Kyle, but right. And he said that. He said Halle said it was a boyfriend who beat her. And David was married to Halle after 8 months of knowing her. He was like, I was her husband. And Halle proposed to David after 5 months of them dating. She proposed to him after only 5 months of them even knowing each other. So like, I didn't have time to be a boyfriend. We were married for years. So like, and he felt like, to this day though, people still think it's him. And Halle never said, no, it was not David. And he felt a way about that. And I think that's kind of where some of what he's saying can kind of come off like pettiness or whatever. And some of the things he's saying, like when he tells the world, because he told everybody, I don't even know if people know. Did we know that Halle proposed to him? I don't think nobody knew that. He said it in the interview, like, no, she proposed to me after only 5 months of knowing me. You know what I mean? And I say yes because I didn't want to turn her down. You know what I'm saying? He said I wasn't ready to be married yet. But I mean, we were having a good time. We were enjoying each other. Things were going good. So I just say yeah. And I think when he reveals that, it kind of, he's saying that too because he feel away like, he don't have no problem telling the world that Halle proposed to him because he feels like his name was drugged for so long that people feel like he was the one beating on her. You know what I mean? And yeah, could he have left out that she proposed to him? Yeah. But I do feel him in the fact of, if you know I ain't beat you, don't let everybody think I beat you, man. Don't let everybody think that. Not only that though, like I said earlier in the live stream, people think David was cheating on her left and right. And he said her PR machine allowed people to her PR machine put out stories that he was cheating. And he was like, it was no infidelity with us. It was none. He just felt like he knew in his mind, he felt like Halle he didn't want to spend the rest of his life with Halle. And so he called off the marriage. You know what I mean? And he felt like, because she's an actor, he felt like her PR machine was able to spin certain things. But he said he firmly knows, she knows that he did not abuse her. And she never came out and said that. Oh man, yeah, I saw Shador out there balling, bro. I was supposed to go live last night, but once again, me and my son wasn't feeling well, and he was up, and he was irritable, and he was fussy, bro. So I wanted to go on live last night, but I couldn't do it because I really wanted to say a lot about the game. She was an important star when they married. He wanted her to focus on his career. He didn't want a wife who had a career too. Nothing wrong, but he got it wrong too. Yeah, I believe he should have told her let's wait. You know what I mean? He should have told her let's wait because they didn't really know each other. And if you with a woman long enough, you know if she cook or clean. You know if she got maternal instincts in her. He feel like she wasn't maternal, she wasn't motherly, so he didn't see himself really having a family with her. And these are things he would have known had he took his time in dating her. Now, Drake Coleman don't do that, Drake. It's just preseason, but he didn't get he wasn't getting first team reps at all. And had he played bad, everybody would have clowned Shador had he had a bad game, Drake Coleman. Don't do that. If Shador would have played bad, you know, you, your cousin them, your uncle them would have been clowning Shador had he had a bad game, Drake. Don't do that. Citizen Morgan say some years ago, David Justice has a twin somewhere out here in Los Angeles. He was a neighbor of my sister. Yeah, man. So yeah, I think they should have taken their time knowing each other. But again, in the honeymoon phase, you be feeling so good in a relationship, man. You be wanting to do everything. You want to go get married. You want to do all type of stuff. You know what I mean? Because y'all just infatuated with each other. Y'all in love with y'all in love with each other. Y'all enjoying each other. Y'all having fun. All of that. And I think sometimes in order to marry a person, you got to see what they look like when they get mad. You got to see what it look like when y'all cohabitating with each other. You got to see what some of this stuff look like. You know what I mean? Is this the same dude Halle was promoting lubricant? I don't. Whoa, wait a minute. Halle was promoting lubricants? Whoa, I did not know that. I did not know that. Y'all putting me up on game because I had no clue. I had no idea, y'all. You know what I mean? But yeah, Kid Carr said something about Shador. He said he was cooking. I did see the exchange with the reporter after the game. I hope he just focuses on football and not negative articles that people write so early in his career. Man, I accidentally banned my boy from the chat and stuff, and I don't like that. I don't know how to undo that. I have to find out how do you unban people and stuff from the chat. I accidentally hit that button on him earlier. My man's an Oklahoma City fan, and I tried to highlight his comment, and I accidentally banned the brother from the live stream. I don't like that, man. Yeah, she posted it on her Instagram, Mac. It kind of went viral. Wow, now that wasn't David Justice. She ain't been with David Justice since 1996. Yeah, David Justice and her divorced in 1996. But yeah, man. But I do believe, you know, my bad for coughing. I'm a little under the weather, man. But yeah, I do believe every woman not going to cook and stuff. You know, he said, try this. SL say, try this. See if he's there in the YouTube. Oh, okay. I can do it in YouTube studio. All right, cool. I gotta unblock my boy, man. I don't know how I did that. I hope my boy. See, I wasn't trying to do that to you, bro. I was not trying to do that to you, boss. I accidentally did. I gotta go because I always wondered if I accidentally did that, how would I unblock y'all? So I gotta go to the YouTube studio and go get him up out of there. I gotta get my dog out of purgatory, man. For real. She was with Eric Benet. Yeah, she was with Eric Benet after, years after she was with David Justice. Yep. So unblock someone on YouTube, navigate. Let me screenshot it to your Google account set and find the people sharing the access. Okay. Y'all in here telling me some real information. Hey, Heavy D was with it. Heavy D had the women, man. My man's was smooth as butter, boy. She said David assumed she would do what he wanted. Look at him. David probably never had a woman in his life who wasn't totally under his influence. I mean, probably not. David was a star baseball player, nice looking dude. You know what I'm saying? He probably did have women doing what he wanted them, doing what they wanted him to do. And he also said he only had been in one real relationship before Halle. He was so young. He said he really didn't understand like what it was, certain ins and outs of a relationship that he didn't understand sometimes because he was so young and he only had been in one real relationship prior to being with Halle, who he ended up marrying for some years. Yeah, he was out. Heavy D was definitely dancing now, and he was dancing. He was listen, man. He was getting down too. I ain't gonna even hold you. Yeah, a lot of people forget that Heavy D dating idiot, man. Heavy. I was just watching Living Single, and Heavy D was on there dating Regine, Kim Fields, on a few of them episodes on Living Single, man. Man, Kim Fields so cold, boy. Lord Jesus. Man. Halle Berry, Cleveland's on. Shout out to Cleveland, man. Shout out to Cleveland, man. I got a lot of love for this. I don't know, man. It's Cleveland, another Midwest city like Chicago, man. Halle had real sex with Billy Bob Thornton in the movie Monster Ball in front of everybody. That was a real sex scene. That's crazy because Billy Bob Thornton looked like guy. He's old and decrepit. That mom looked like he two stages or he two Reese's pieces away from being a crypt keeper. And he was in there. I mean, that scene so crazy. I remember because I used to watch the scene on Monsters Ball. My mama had that movie. I used to go to the scene and watch that movie all the time, so I could look at Halle Berry. We know Steve Harvey from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland, y'all. I'm from Cleveland, y'all. Yo ass, yo ass survey says. When Godfrey imitated him, boy, I'm from Cleveland, y'all. Hey, shout out, hey, rest in peace to Wayman Tisdale, man. The Wayman Tisdale that played basketball. What was his appeal? Angelina Jolie. So I don't know, man. Them little weird, quirky little white dudes. I don't know what. I don't know. It's crazy because she went from Billy Bob and then she went to Brad Pitt. Like Billy Bob, I'm telling you, three Reese's pieces away from being the crypt keeper on Tales from the Crypt. I don't know how this man. Yeah, what do he be doing? You said that was his name in the movie. Oh, golly. You know, Wayman Tisdale is a real basketball player, though. He passed away, though. And he played like the saxophone, too. He was like into like music, like jazz, I think, or something. Now, my mama used to watch a Strictly Business movie. Yeah, you back, bro. I don't know. I accidentally, I don't know how I did that to you, bro. My bad, bro. I don't know how I blocked you in the thing. I tried to highlight your comment and I hit ban. I'm like, damn, how the hell I do that? My bad, bro. I ain't even mean to do that. My mama watched Strictly Business. I ain't never watched that. Survey said. Survey said. I didn't unblock him and he just came back. I don't know what I didn't even unblock him. He just came back, y'all. See, God knew I ain't wanna block him for real. So he just came on back. Hey, Terrence Howard, Iron Man, man. Come on, man. Iron Man, man. Come on, Iron Man, man. But yeah, man, I thought it was very interesting because the world was talking about David Justice, and he probably got you're right. He probably got timed out. Did you like the movie Woo with Tommy Davis and Jada Pinkett? Yeah, man, I fool with Tommy Davidson in general. I fool with Tommy Davidson, man. Tommy Davidson, really underrated in my opinion too. Hey man, my mama used to have me. They didn't have me. I was watching Booty Call. Somebody said you can see when you're blocked on YouTube. I guess you can. I guess you can. I guess you can see. But yeah, I just thought people and women that didn't know David Justice, Tommy Davidson, aka Oscar Proud. There you go. He did say Will Smith tried to check him about kissing Jada in the movie. Yes, he did say that. Yes. Yeah, I remember him saying that. But a lot of the women was like, man, they was talking about David Justice, and they was like, you married her, you married her because you wanted her money. And I'm like, y'all, David Justice was making a lot more money than Halle Berry at that time. A lot more than her at the time. David was a Major League Baseball All-Star and World Series champion. You ready to go to sleep, man? Hmm? Yeah, I remember seeing Hustle and Flow saying that people in Memphis don't talk like that. That family in Memphis. I don't know though. Some of them Memphis people, I went to school with some people in Memphis, man. Some of them do got that draw though. That main be there. That main be there a little heavy though. What's going on, man? Except for Will Smith always trying to check somebody a foot shorter than him. Yeah, he do. David played with your Braves. Yeah, he was. He with the Indians. Well, Red Guardians. Yep, Yankees, A's. Talking and grubbing media. You a Braves fan? But you from Atlanta? Dwayne Johnson. What's the word, my boy? Dwayne, what's the word, my boy? That's all I think about when I see Terrence Howard. What's going on, man? He said, I have to disagree with you. Chris Rock is close in height. How tall Chris Rock is? Nah, man. They start about a week and a half. Chicago kids start late. This the earliest they ever been in school, man. When I was in school, we didn't go to school in Chicago till the day after Labor Day. Like we got out of school in like middle of June, and we didn't go back until the day after Labor Day. Hold on, y'all. Chris about a good 5'10". Hold on, y'all. Y'all say Chris good about 5'10". Hey, how tall is Will? Woo! Y'all start school August 4th? Hell no. That's too early. Okay, Will Smith 6'2". Okay, gotcha. Will 6'2". My kids started school July 30th. Hey man, when your children get out of school? They got out of school in April? Come man. It don't sound like they had no summer. I swear I feel like Chicago kids be the last kids to go to school. And we be the last kids in school. We be in school till about April. They got out of school in April. April 15th was their last day. They got out May 30th. Hey, now, come on now. And they going back in July? What? At the end of July? They say them kids need to be in school at all times, boy. Summer short as ever, boy. I be so mad. Type of summer is that, now? I remember that Labor Day was the end of the summer. Yeah, man. Labor Day, the last day, aka the last day you can wear some white. You can wear some white. The last day you can wear white is Labor Day. After Labor Day, they say don't wear the white no more. Right? And when they start school, traffic gonna be both. Man, let me tell you something. They be having, he said he was heated. I know he was heated. Like, what? Yeah, they just got out of school trying to get them kids back in school end of July. Come on now, we trying to help each other, hurt each other, school. They say, keep them kids in school. Damn it. I hit them though. I'm finna get back on screen in a minute, y'all. I had to do something real quick. Less something, little razzle dazzle. I'm gonna get back on screen in a few minutes. Hold on. But no, though, like I remember he said when we Dwayne said I remember when we had a week off after every semester for a week when I was in high school. Y'all had a week off? Man, I wish. Well, R. Kelly say, I wish, I wish, I wish. I remember Dirk and Keith used to kill all them white fits in the force. Hey, yeah, you know they always had the all white on now. All white with the Air Force Ones, the ones, or as Herb calls them, G Fazos. That's definitely what. Hey, who made better hip hop, West or East Coast? I can't say which. I like them equally. Now, granted, I probably got more of my favorite rappers probably come from the East Coast, but I still like a lot of West Coast music though. A lot of my favorite rappers probably come from the East Coast more, but I like West Coast music too though. We had a week off, like 3 different occasions my senior year. What? Kids in Cleveland go back to school August 18th. All right, so look. Now, that's where my daughter go to school. The 18th. The 18th when they go back. Now this Chicago public schools. I know you sleepy, man. My boy trying to fight his sleep. Well, that ain't too bad. Nah, that ain't too bad. But I'm telling y'all, we used to go to school September 4th or the 3rd, whatever day was after Labor Day. And look, my grandma and my granddaddy used to have Labor Day barbecues at their crib. How's the prices going for you on supplies and clothes? All of it expensive, Citizen Mortgage. All of this. And you know, my daughter going to high school, and she does not wear a uniform in high school. So, you know, when your kid don't wear no uniform, oh no, that's a whole nother element to it. You gotta make sure, because you know, uniform makes stuff so much easy, y'all. And you don't realize that until like you in it. You know what I'm saying? Uniforms made stuff so much easy. You didn't have to like, it was the same thing. Now kids, they gonna want, you gotta buy new outfits for them to wear. You gotta buy some shoes. It's a whole nother ball game. Then they in high school, so you know trends finna come out. And your kid gonna be like, I got, they want to keep up with a certain trend. I'm gonna tell my baby, hey, listen, man.
You can't keep up with every trend now. You hear me? Yeah, man. My daughter, 14, she better go to high school. She just graduated 8th grade. So, yeah. So I just got off the phone with her earlier. Now we gotta. I'm I'm still getting stuff. Still getting stuff. So that's just a whole nother element that come with it, man. Man, these kids would have made it in school today. These kids wearing designer. Listen. We wouldn't have made it. Hey, listen, it would have been so over with for me, Kid Car. You hit me over with. Over with. I remember when I was in school, like I went to Morgan Park High School. Now, some of y'all in Chicago know Morgan Park. If you're from Chicago, you know Morgan Park High School. Morgan Park was a fashion show. Okay. When I got up in there, I'm happy because I went to a school where we had to wear uniform from 3rd grade to 8th grade. We had 3rd grade, we started wearing uniform. We wore uniform all the way to 8th grade, right? I get up in school, I get to high school, man, these kids got on the new Jordans every time they drop. Kids got all this when Coogee was making a comeback. Coogee fits. When I first got up in there, Coogee was in. You had what was the other clothing line you had? Was Academic still in? Moschine was in. All these different clothing lines was dropping. Kids, and Morgan Park had some kids. They had some of them kids had some paper in there, right? Some of them kids live in Beverly. So my mom and them ain't got no money like that. I give my clothes at the beginning of the school year. I might give me a few more clothes during Christmas, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, Peter Morgan, man, I appreciate that donation on the Cash App, man. He said a little donation to help pay for some school supplies. I appreciate you, brother. That mean a lot to me, boss. I appreciate you a ton. So yeah, I get to high school, y'all. I'm like, I ain't gonna be able to keep up. Let me tell y'all, white tees and black tees used to save me. Long as I had on some white Air Force Ones or something, or some Tims or something, I'm cool. To this day, that's why I'm not a sneakerhead, y'all. Because my mom and my daddy, they wasn't gonna be buying all them Jordans. My pops buy me the shoes at the beginning of the year. We're gonna get you a pair of all black shoes, a pair of all white shoes to go with several different outfits. And when the winter come, we're gonna get you some boots. So I get the Tims. So because I wasn't wearing all these different colors of shoes and all of that. As a kid, I wasn't wearing all them Jordans. I'm not a shoe head now. I get some shoes, but I'm not a person that gotta go run and get the Jordans, none of that, because I didn't grow up with that like that. You know what I'm saying? So like that wasn't a thing for me, y'all. Like I was like, man, I'm straight. I'm cool. Cause I didn't do that at the time. Hey, stop wasting time, 1980. Hey, he brought up Dominic's. You so Chicago, my brother, but you got 1980, so I know you know Chicago. Dominic's, man, that's a flashback throwback. What you call it? Dominic's, man, that's real. That real Chicago. Talking and Grubbing Media say, as a kid, I remember if you didn't have on name brand shoes, the kids would clown you and call your shoes buddies. Facts. Now look, when I was in elementary school, we called it grammar school in Chicago. They introduced uniforms to us by the time we got to 3rd grade. No, 4th grade. 4th grade. So they said you had to wear black shoes. So my father thinking he got to wear black shoes, he got to wear some type of dress type shoe or some type of like casual looking shoe, right? And they had these little like shoe little boots, like Skechers shoe little boots that my father bought me. Cause he thinking I can't wear no black gym shoes. I found out we could wear black gym shoes, but it's too late. My father then bought me these black little Skechers shoes. Man, they try to talk about me. That was the year I learned how to talk about folks. That year. Because they was trying to get on me. And I had to learn how to talk about folks. And I was a little fat little boy at the time. I was getting a little chubby. Oh, I had to learn how to fry folks then. I had to learn. Because, boy, you said just trauma. What the trauma? Boy, you ain't lying. After that, I told my father, hey, we going to ride this year out. I told my dad, next year, I have got to get some black Air Force Ones or something. I got to get some black Nikes or something. Because, when you ain't got when you wear uniforms, the kids still be trying to figure out a way to make fun of you. The only way we can make fun of each other, we wear the same uniform. The only way we can make fun of each other is if we look at each other's shoes. So if your shoes ain't right, oh no. So I'm telling my dad, Pops, Daddy, we gotta go. I gotta give me some Nikes, black Nikes or something. I can't just be wearing no sketches or nothing. I can't do that. SL say, I remember kids would dap you up and look at your feet to see what you had on. Facts. They ready to talk about you. Ready to fry you off the back. What for extra say? Off the back. Ready to talk about you. Kid Carr say, I didn't start getting Social Security for my disability until my last 2 months of high school. And it wasn't that much. I had to give my parents half my check as part um of rent as a requirement. I guess you gotta help moms and pops out. I know how they go, man. Listen, when I got that refund check from school when I was in college, I sent money to my daughter, sent to her mama, and then I made sure my mama and them was straight first. And after that, then I would buy my 2 tickets to go home for Christmas and for Thanksgiving break. And then after that, I was use my rest of my refund check to do whatever. And you know, I was buying Timberland boots and I was buying starter jackets and all of that. So you gotta make it work. I know how it go, man. I listen, y'all know I was living. I know exactly what y'all talking about. Being in that it's something else, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie, it's something else. Um, what else? He said I used to wear them Converse sneakers to school. Yup, Converse sneakers. I had some of them. Citizen Morgan say I grew up with a few shirts, mini t-shirts, and a few pair of jeans. Hey, listen, you know that's why they be making fun of men. They say men only be having 2 pairs of jeans, right? And I swear it be about 3 pair. I had to give me a few more. Like, ain't gonna talk about me only having 3 jeans now. 2 jeans. I gotta get. gotta you gotta get you a few more pair of jeans. Gotta have you some light jeans, some dark jeans when you can. I know how hard it is out here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, I remember checking tags. Don't come to school with bootlegs. You would get fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Now, facts. Now, stop wasting time, 1980. You close to my sister's age. My oldest sister was born in 81. Now, my brother was born in 84. One of my brothers, right? I remember when he was in high school at Morgan Park, this is when Platinum Fubu was in. So he was wearing the Platinum Fubu outfits. He went to Morgan Park too. So he wearing Platinum Fubu, all of that. You know, Sean John was popping. And he eventually got him a little job at the movie theater at the show, you know. But yeah, man, his mom, my stepmother was buying him stuff too, you know, my dad too. My dad was buying all that stuff too, but my dad like Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. So my daddy would buy stuff and be complaining the whole time about how high it is. You miss high as hell. I'm like, dude, this is not 1965 when you was little, and you can buy jeans for $3. Kid Car say same with fast food. We had to help out, but I still got some 501s, a pair of Chucks, and a $50 Letterman jacket. Hey, them Letterman jackets from H&M be a hit, my boy. You already know. When I was in grad school, H&M, and when I was in college too, undergrad, H&M was my best friend. You found you some nice little fits in H&M, boy. Swear. Said my oldest brother, he said kids today don't know how centralized trends used to be before social media really took off. We got all our looks straight from TV. I don't think trends still work the same ways these days. They definitely don't. You definitely got the trends from TV, see what people was wearing. You remember when LL did that FUBU commercial? LL made FUBU pop. Well, it wasn't a FUBU commercial. He wore FUBU doing what was that Gap commercial? That he had on FUBU doing the Gap commercial. So my oldest brother was born in 74, myself 77, my youngest brother 1980. Shout out to your family, man. Shout out to your family, boss. Hey, look, I promise y'all, times was completely different. I remember he said Will Smith on the Fresh Prince. Listen, I told y'all growing up, there was only two black men I wanted to be like on television. Will Smith, on because Will was fly on the Fresh Prince. And my man's Lee Thompson Young, that was the famous Jet Jackson, right? On Disney Channel. Some of y'all probably famous Jet Jackson, y'all probably some of y'all might be older than me, so y'all wasn't watching Disney. Some of y'all my age, or some of y'all might be a little too young to remember that. But yeah, you had to watch them, you watching them trends on TV. And so my brother, I used to look at him, my brother used to be wearing like yeah, rest in peace to Lee Thompson Young, man. Rest in peace to him. So my brother used to be wearing the Reebok, the Nikes, stuff like that. My brother used to wear a lot of jerseys and a lot of fitted caps. So I got like the fitted cap wearing. I got that from my brother. My brother used to wear them. Say I used to watch the famous Jet Jackson. He said, Citizen Morgan say, I think I'm the oldest one up in here. How old are you, Citizen Morgan? How old are you, boss? Hey, my pops, he got mad. He said he coming on the channel. Cause he said I be trying to talk to everybody else with him. I'm 34, turning 35 in 4 months. Got you. So like, hold on, 1965. Oh, going on 60. Got you. Listen, man. My father, 10 years older than you. He said I'm 47, turning 48 in December. I'm 42, going on 43 in March. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming over here and rocking with the channel. I know when y'all see me, some of y'all thought I was younger than what I was, like this little young ass dude. But I try to find different topics to relate to everybody on. My father's 70 years old, boss. 70. My mama much younger than him, boy. Much younger, much younger. Originally from Youngstown, Ohio, but living in LA. Shout out to LA. My sister out that way, man. Other than Wiz and Big Sean, I got my style from Rocky Fresh. Hey, shout out Rocky Fresh. Yup. See, Kid Car, you like me. You was in that Tisa era when Big Sean and them was wearing the Tisa hats and the Tisa jackets and all that type of stuff. The snapback hat era. Y'all in the era. I can't believe we used to wear all the baggy stuff back in the day. Man, listen. I was going to the gas station and getting 3X t-shirts, only wearing a medium. Getting 3X. You similar to my cousin. He just turned 28 and his pop 69. Yeah, man. I'm my father's youngest child, man. So let me see what y'all saying. 2000 was something different. Yeah, 2000, it was a different era, man. Like, I remember going to the gas station with $5 getting white tees. And getting the big ones too. I remember getting clothes 2 sizes too big, pants way too big to wear. I still can't wear them skinny jeans or pants. Everything has to be baggy for me. I feel you. You comfortable with what you comfortable with, boss, and I get it, man. Sometimes you like, man, I'm not gonna even make that shift. And I feel that, man. Some of this stuff be too crazy. Yo, Mac, did you hear what the Hodge twins said recently? I I think I heard something about them. I don't refresh my memory though. What they do? Zero. I was a senior in the spring of 2001 when gas only cost 90 cents for a gallon. 2001. What game say? I woke up out that coma 2001. About the same time Dre dropped 2001. Although 2001 by Dr. Dre came out in like 99. It was a cold line for him to say though. It was a cold line for him to say. But I'm like, 2001 came out like 99. Explosive. It's the bomb. SL say what was trending to us is more during Spirit Week for a lot of the kids in school these days. They be doing throwback weeks. Facts. Like we used to have Spirit Week used to be cracking in my school. I ain't gonna even lie. We used to have Twin Day, 90s Day. Like we used to dress up like Kindergarten Day, like dress up like an elderly person day. Man, our pep rally would be jumping because my high school's football team was really, really good. We had a really great high school football team. A lot of the kids from my school that played football went to win Division One. Some of them went to Illinois. Some of them went to one of them went to Ole Miss. Some of them went to Ball State. Some of them went to Northern Illinois, and all of that. Did you go on a senior trip your senior year? No, man. Chicago Public School, they wasn't having us going nowhere on for a senior trip, unfortunately. But I went to prom though. Prom was lit. I won prom king that year, so that was lit. I still got my high school prom king crown in my room to this day. Yeah, but the pep rally used to be jumping though. Said congratulations, man. All love, man. My people in my high school showed me love. Hold on, what happened though? Some racist white dude told them they couldn't live in his all white. I did see that. And that's what they get. They always get their wake up call, Dwayne. The Hodge twins, they all of them get their wake up call. All the dudes that do all this boot licking, all that butter biscuit eating, it never pay off. They always get told that they are token. They always found out they are token, and then they start getting shocked and surprised. You know what I'm saying? So it always play out like that for them. He said, oh my God, you said they asked him, can they join their community since they're not fully black? Oh, they thought they was going to get that pass because, we're not fully black. Man, they look at you, they don't see nothing but a black person. They ain't trying to hear that we only half. You know what I mean? You ain't going to get that half and half deal, brother. I shouldn't even call you brother, but the problem is they enjoy being a token. They accept it. Facts. Kid Carr said, I remember they had Shawty Low DJ come through and was playing. They had Shawty Low DJ come through and he was playing all the futuristic ATL about some Young LA, Rich Kids, Travis Porter, J Money, first name, last name. Right. Was that high school, bro? So where you were them popular dudes at your school? Man, I wouldn't even say that, bro. It's so crazy, man. Dudes like me didn't really win prom king, man, in my high school. I didn't hang with the so-called popular crowd. They knew me, but I didn't hang with them, though. My crowd, we was just, we was in our own little world. Yeah, I didn't hang with, like, the real popular. No. I mean, people knew me and stuff, but what it was, man, I'm going to tell you this for real. I learned this about the secret of life. Girls gonna vote for you, right? And to my advantage, in high school, girls liked me a lot. They liked the person I was, you know what I'm saying? Someone like wanted to kick it with me like that in that way. So they voted. They the ones that really voted for me heavily. Girls and anything, man, women gonna get out and vote. They was telling people to vote for me, all of that, you know what I mean? So the girls was campaigning, they was the ones telling people to vote, and they voted for me. So that's how it go. So Dwayne and Citizen Morgan, I got great grades in school. I had all honors classes and some AP classes, all of that. But like I said, when girls like you, they gonna vote for you. So that's how that went for me. So I wasn't the most popular dude in school or nothing. But when they like you, you figure it out. The Hodge twins, Anton Daniels type, would give up everything they own to be accepted into their racist town. Facts. Facts. Dr. X said, I can see how Matt could have been prom king. He has a likable personality, which can vibe with any social clique. Yeah, man. So one thing my father stressed to me, man, was to treat people like people. Right? So I wasn't a mean person. Um, I wasn't obnoxious. I wasn't rude. Like I said, I hugged the girls that I didn't like I wasn't attracted to, in the same way I hugged the girls I was attracted to. So like, when you're a likable person, people always remember that. I treated everybody nice as long as you respected me. So that played to my advantage as well, as it pertains to like prom king stuff. Dwayne Johnson said, I remember winning the most active reading award my sixth grade year, reading 5 books that year. That's what's up, man. I was a big reader too. So I was a humongous reader. By the time I was in third grade, I was reading at an eighth grade reading level in third grade. Eighth or ninth grade reading level, one of them. Because I was really, really into reading. Really, really into reading and writing. I was a great writer, which is why I went into communication. Great writer, great reader, um, great comprehension skills, stuff like that. So that is, I went down that path when I went to school as far as majoring in something in school. So yes, I love to read. Yeah, always been a reader, man. My whole life, I like reading books and stuff. Man, I was up for biggest flirt my senior year in high school, but I came up with a few biggest flirt. That's real, man. So that's the class notables. Class notables. I think I got best smile, and I got like most likable person or something like that. Most likable person, and I got best smile. Um, my he said player. my my senior year. Citizen Morgan, that's real. He said, I was just watching some of your videos from 7 years ago. Approximately how many years have you been on YouTube, and what got you started? That's a great question, bro. So I got on YouTube in 2017 after I graduated from grad school. I came back to Chicago after I graduated from Arkansas State. I had got my master's degree, and I was looking for work, looking for employment. I'm living with my mom. My goal at the time was to be a broadcast journalist because I went to school for like communication and stuff. And so I decided to start a channel based around sports to like keep my skills up as it pertains to like speaking in public and talking about different subject matter and keeping my speaking skills at a high. So I started the channel for that purpose. What ended up happening was it became something I love to do. So it became a passion. And so I just kept going, kept going, kept going. I was making videos like every day, every other day, and sometimes. And I was living with my mom. And I'm really thankful for my mother because she let me do all that hollering and yelling in her house. You know what I'm saying? So Ms. Red Wine said, I think I saw dimples. Do you have some? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So yeah, that helped with the best smile award I won in school. That helped. you know. Um, so yeah, I started the channel because I just wanted to. I was trying to keep my skills sharp as it pertained to broadcasting, and then I ended up getting a job as a government contractor like a few months after I started the channel, and I just kept making videos because it just turned into something that I love to do. So I was making videos, and it expanded. So at first, my sole topics had to do with sports. And then it expanded upon that to like Russell Wilson and Sierra. That was like the first video that I made that got any real traction. Was the Russell Wilson and Sierra video that I made talking about why men were criticizing, why you had some dudes criticizing the relationship or were jealous of the relationship, etc. And then the second video that I made that got real traction was the video that I made about vector marketing slash Cutco knives. And that's my most viewed video on YouTube. I got like 120,000, 130,000 views on that one. So after I kind of saw people were saying that they liked how my storytelling, they kind of inspire you to keep going. I just kept going. Dwayne says, "Do you hear about the AI age verification coming to YouTube, Matt?" No, explain what that is for me. They got AI age verification. I need to know that. I'm on YouTube and I didn't know that. That's crazy. Um, Kid Car say, "Do you think Shannon Sharpe always trying to downplay the narrative about black love led to his downfall with his lawsuit?" Nah, honestly, bro, I think Shannon's his desire for that lifestyle to be like messing with them real young girls who are sex workers. I think that led to his downfall. Messing with young girls who identify as sex workers. That led to his downfall more than anything. Now I think he probably would have got more coverage. Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, people know Shannon has dated. All his kids are by black women. All three of his children are by three different black women. But people know Shannon has been dating white women over the course of some years now. So I think people still would have been like, "Oh, you dating white girls or whatever. You messing with a white girl." Regardless of the fact, regardless if he promoted black love or not, people are always gonna say you promote black love, but you're not with a black woman. So I think that was still gonna come back to bite him. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just like his him trying to live the bachelor lifestyle and talking to young sex workers like that. It was gonna come back to bite him at some point. And I think he wasn't being smart about something. He fell into that, transactional sex lane. And I don't think it works well for people of his stature, people who are in his position. Me personally, like I always tell y'all, I gotta be with a woman that like me for me, not a woman that's a sex worker. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be with a woman that like me for me and really want to be with me, not because of what I got. Kid Car say, I think he got that complex of the sheltered church slash good girl dating street dudes because he always been reckless in these relationships, even in his college days. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think when brothers make a lot of money, some of them just be like, "I'm gonna just pay for it," because they got it, you know. And I think that's what his thing was. Dwayne Johnson said, "Well, it's apparently want to keep kids a certain age from watching adult." Oh, the AI content, the AI age verification is to keep kids of a certain age from watching adult content on here, which isn't a bad idea. But if you're an adult watching anime, you have to show a government issued ID. Man, hey, matter of fact, they making you show ID on like Uber to make sure the drivers, you are the person, I guess, that's like connected to the account or something. I don't know. Dr. X say you never want to live a player lifestyle when you have that type of money. You always have to vet women. That's a fact. And that's what I said in my video when I talked about Shannon. You always have to vet women when you have that type of money and be picky about who you go out with. 100%. You gotta know what type of woman you dealing with. You know, don't just be messing with them because you got money. You don't know what type of woman you dealing with. Is this a woman that's going to? Does she got scandalous traits? Does she strike you as a person who is conniving or manipulative? You gotta know that about a woman. Like a lot of times, man, these dudes meet a girl and be just, kicking it with her, don't know nothing about her, and she's a scam artist. So you gotta vet women when you're in the position that Shannon's in, making so much money, having being on TV, on national TV, on the Disney owned platform. You gotta vet the women you deal with. What's your opinion on passport bros? I had think somebody asked me that the last time we was on. In my opinion, like I say, I know the passport bros. These are dudes that go overseas, right? These are dudes that go overseas looking for wives or just looking to engage in like transactional sex for the cheap, for the low. I think it's one of them situations. Some of them going over there look for transactional sex for the low. And again, I'm never into transactional sex because I mean, all you gotta do is have money to mess with you. And any and everybody could have that price, especially when they going overseas, man, where American currency transfers very well over there. American currency holds a lot more weight. Man, them dudes be able to mess with girls that everybody be messing with. I'm not a guy that want to be with a girl that anybody can get with if they got the money. You know what I'm saying? And this whole ideology that women overseas are better than American women, I don't subscribe to that because I've seen these dudes get with women who are non-American and the non-American woman do them dirty. Well, do you think Shannon has learned or what? I would hope so, Citizen Morgan. I would hope after having to fork up what 20 million dollars, and after losing a $6.5 million job a year because ESPN was paying him like $6 million a year. I would hope after losing that job and losing sponsorships that he would definitely learn and go about things in a different way, because not only did he lose money and sponsors, it kind of took some of the attention off of his brother being nominated into the NFL, I mean, the Football Hall of Fame, National Football Hall of Fame. No, man, Kid Car, he ain't knocked out. I had to leave the room on my boy. My boy in the room watching TV. I had to leave him, man. I'm finna lay him down now. He ain't knocked out. You on him though, cause he in the room watching TV. He finna come back up in here in a minute. Most of these guys who are saying foreign women are better don't realize that the foreign women are only treating them well because they want to get into America. That is a great point, Dr. X. Yeah, they're gonna treat you well because they want to come to America. They want you to bring them over there. So over here, rather. So they ain't gonna be doing you dirty. They gonna be like, they gonna be the best. They gonna be the best person they could be to you. Sterling Sharpe he was an amazing wide receiver. I would like to ask Shannon, was all that worth it? Man, he gonna tell you absolutely not. And I think, man, we as men in general, man, we kind of get caught in lust a lot. I've gotten caught in lust before, not in that type of way, but I always put business before pleasure. But sometimes I think I let lust distract me from certain things that I had going on or certain goals that I had at times. So I think we as men have to learn how to control the lust that we have for women and all that, you know. Some of them passport bros are coming up deleted and yeah, they getting up because them girls be setting them up. A lot of times when girls be over there setting them up, they be getting them robbed and getting them taken up out of here because they know they're American and they got the paper. Successful black men in Hollywood, especially, are targets. The FBI or CIA had this saying in which they told their own spies that if you are not a 10 in America, then you're not a 10 overseas, simply because so many agents were falling for sex traps. So our type of lust is different from Shannon's though, because I know none of us here are doing that race play. Is that's a fact. Because talking about she want to put your big black baby in her, that is crazy. She up in here talking about she want a big swole John Henry baby. She want a coal mining baby. Black. Does she think black folk? She said put a big black baby in her. That's crazy. What you say? He said Club Sheba Sheba. What do you say? Hold on. What episode? What with the Hispanic comedian on there, Citizen Morgan? When Shannon was interviewing a Hispanic comedian, talking about saying the N word and all that. Is that the one you talking about? That interview? My man say Club Sheba Sheba. What Jay-Z say Club Cheetah, the Club Amnesia. I promise y'all, this the last live. I ain't gonna always be on live without no video. Usually, I like to put a video on so I can see me. But today, while I'm under the weather, I'm in here blowing my nose and all of that. Are you familiar with Garrison Hayes? No, I'm not familiar. Who Garrison Hayes? Dr. X say Shannon had terrible taste in white women. The white women who are studying him look like Steve Nash. I'm thinking if you're going to go that route, go for Heidi Klum looking white women. Go for Hayden Panettiere or something. Cause man, that girl that took that paper wasn't looking like old Pippi Longstocking looking white girl, man. Man. You better get you something cold. Man. Said Shannon was giving them fake laughs. I'm sure. I never even heard of the comedian that Shannon was interviewing. Garrison Hayes, the commenter who has a head on his shoulders. Hold on, what y'all talking about? Garrison Hayes. I don't know who that. Let me see. I don't know who y'all talking about. Garrison Hayes. Who is this, man? Oh, it's a YouTuber. Okay. The commentary. Got you. I never seen him before, man. Y'all be putting me on game. Oh, he going crazy. He doing numbers too. Hey, I gotta get up on him, man. I gotta get up on him and check him out. Now, old girl said she retired from OnlyFans after Shannon settled. I thought to myself, I bet you are retiring. I bet you are retiring from OnlyFans. You got a big come up off that 20 million of facts. Garrison Hayes, a black brother out here putting these conservatives on blast. Yeah. Man, good night, rap guy. Appreciate you popping on so late with me, bro. Yeah, I'm looking at him on the TV right now. And I'm checking him out. I'm looking at the content he got. You know what I mean? Coach D Speaks is another good YouTube. Coach D Speaks. Yeah, Garrison Hayes, he got glasses on. Coach, let's see. Let me see. Coach D. Uh oh, okay, okay. I see this guy. I see the brother. I see the brother. I never heard of some man. Y'all put me on. I ain't never heard of some of these people, man. Jason Whitlock kicked the guy off his panel because he came for Angel Reese. Man, Jason Whitlock don't like nobody. Straight Facts No Chaser is a good YouTube channel too, man. Okay, cool. Y'all finna have me looking at all these brothers, man. Y'all finna have me looking at all these brothers for real. Coach D is very entertaining. He's very savage when insulting MAGA and these conservative nut jobs. He's very unapologetic when he says he enjoys them suffering, which is comical. Hey man. Hey, once my little 90 days is up, man, cause you know I got that strike, man. And if I get another strike and within like a 90-day period, they'll have me gone for like 2 weeks. Once that little 90-day period is up, I can kind of get a little bit back more raw and uncut. I had to chill a little bit just because they reported my dang on somebody reported my video that I did about what's the guy name? Tony Atlas. He said, yeah, brothers like you and Garrison Hayes are needed to combat these conservatives with their lies. What shows past or present is on your watch list? Well, I always tell everybody check out Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, The Shy. Y'all know, man. It's a show. What's that show called, man? What's the brother name? Yellowstone. I never watched Yellowstone. I gotta watch Yellowstone. Everybody say good stuff about Yellowstone. Um, I like the show with Aldous Hodge, Cross. Um, Y'all know I watched the Power series. I watched those. I gotta watch what other shows I be liking, man. Um, I still have not seen Forever. People always got good stuff to say about Forever. They had Wood Harris in there, young black kids in there about young black love. Tulsa King. I just saw previews for Tulsa King. I want to check that out. With Sylvester Stallone. The Two Doors and Snowfall. Um, Let me see, man. I need to be watching everything. Shoot. How about Twisted Metal? I have not watched Twisted Metal yet, but I can imagine it's pretty good, man. I used to play Twisted Metal, the video game. I can imagine it probably good, but I haven't watched it yet though. I wonder what's the premise though about those of Twisted Metal. Like, I've been watching South Park recently since they are now going in on Trump and MAGA every episode. I did not know that. Man, South Park still on TV. That's crazy. Waiting on Denzel to come out with a run. Denzel needs to do a wrong. Hey man, Calvin Booker, we gotta advocate for Denzel doing a rom-com. He got to do a rom-com, man. What black woman can you pair Denzel with about out here to do a rom-com with? We gotta think of a black actress he could do a rom com with. Maybe him and Angela Bassett can do something again, man. She was his wife in Malcolm X. Maybe they could do something one more again. South Park's last 2 episodes have been controversial to the point where Trump is calling this. Wow, I'll be out of the loop, man. Right. I used to play Twisted Metal the game, but what's the show gonna be about though? You said put him with Alfred Woodard. Put him with Alfred Woodard. Shout out Alfred Woodard, man. He'll be in there with Alfred. That Trump is a petulant child. Of course. Angela Bassett. That would be dope. Denzel ain't never did. He's never done a rom com. He never done a comedy for real. So that's he got to do that. That's something dope. Google Twisted Metal later to get a description back. I'm definitely gonna do it. Do you see all the backtracking on Ice Cube? Yeah. Now, granted, my argument was never about his movies though. Like I can see somebody not liking his acting. My argument was about him saying he didn't like no music from him. Like he didn't like It Was a Good Day. No, I didn't see Aries backtracking on it. I see him doubling down on the movie that was bad. But yeah, I didn't watch the movie, but I'm hearing terrible. I saw clips of it and it looked terrible. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw clips of the movie and how Ice Cube was acting, it looked terrible. Yeah, Viola and Denzel did Fences for sure, but that wasn't a rom com. It was rather tragic at certain points. But yeah, you saying her and I get you. You saying Viola and Denzel could do a romantic comedy? They could. Yep. Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, somebody like that. Yeah, let him do a rom com. One of them women, man. Let him do something with Miss Lynn Whitfield. Him and Lynn Whitfield can do something. Sure. I'm no Lynn Whitfield tired of being an evil woman in every show. Come on, baby. I knew you was gonna get tired, man. Come lay down here with me, man. Look, now my son wanna lay down with me. Come on, baby boy. I gonna watch Shadow Force with Kerry Washington. I found your live tonight. Oh man, I distracted you from seeing your movie, man. My bad, man. Let me put on this thing for my son. My son just hopped in the bed. Let me put on this white noise for him or something so he can relax. Put on this white noise for my boy, man. Lynn Whitfield she's still a nice looking woman, man. She's still a fine woman, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jason Weaver be kissing. Jason Weaver he be kissing her on the shot where he was. He was. Did anyone watch the World of Worlds? Yeah, that's what they was talking about. Like I seen clips of the War of the Worlds movie, and Ice Cube acting and look, it didn't look good. I ain't gonna lie, it did not look good. All right, man, you got to go to bed now. Fences was yeah. I did a video about the movie Fences and about Denzel's fatherhood and how terrible it was in the movie. I did a video about that. Hold on. Again. What about Kimberly Elise? Yeah, well, he was with Kimberly Elise. Yeah, and what's my movie? John Q. Was it bad? I don't watch anything with Liam Lee. Hey, Liam Neeson talking about some. He couldn't wait to choke the first black summer bitch he saw. And Charles Barkley was like, "Tell him he don't know that stuff in real life now." No, Charles Barkley didn't say that. Maul from the Rory from formerly of the Joe Budden podcast. They also did the Great Debaters together. Damn, Kimberly Elise was in Great Debaters. I'm trying to remember that. Who was she on Great Debater? Was she his wife? Damn. Yeah, Maul is Big's brother. Yeah, Journey Smollett did a great job in there. Nate Parker, Denzel Whitaker. Yeah, it was all in the. I like the Great Debate. I'm trying to make who she played Forrest Whitaker's wife. Right. Okay. Right. That's what it was. She played Forrest Whitaker's wife in there. Journey Smollett, yeah, Journey Smollett be looking good, boy. Well, I remember Johnny Smollett was in what's that show? Love Crab Country. She was in Love Crab, boy. Said the new Naked Gun was terrible. It wasn't funny. They made it seem like it was gonna be good or something. That's what they made it seem like. At least that's what they made it seem like, y'all. Johnny Smollett is fine. She is. She cold. I was impressed by the Journey Smollett in the movie We Grown Now. I never watched that. I never watched that. I remember when Journey Smollett was in Eve's Bayou, man. She's a little girl. Journey Smollett did a great job in that movie as a little girl, man. I just finished watching The Shield on Hulu. Who Alexis Fields? D'Avion from Sister? Kim Fields' sister? That's what you talking about? I didn't realize her brother Jussie Smollett was a child actor. Right. What was Jussie in? Jussie was in Eve's Bayou. Yeah, he was. He was. You're right. Come on. Meg, you probably would like that movie. It's about three young black kids who are in the middle. Oh, in the projects. My son mother was watching. Yeah, they was in the projects, right? And they had the brick wall. Yeah. I did see she was the mama. Yep. They was in the projects, Dr. X. I did see. Right, I was watching it passingly. I watched some of it. It was good. It was from what I was watching. Yeah. Yep, they was in Chicago in the projects. Yep. Now you didn't refresh my memory about it. Yep. Yeah, man. And I told my son's mother it was nostalgic for me because my maternal family came from the Robert Taylor Project housing. And the Robert Taylor's was brick wall on the inside like that. And so when I saw them brick walls, just brought back so many memories because um my auntie used to babysit us in the Robert Taylor projects. I might have to watch The Shield again. I love Law and Order too. Yeah, man, I remember that. Okay. Yeah. Good times, yeah. And Cabrini Green, yeah. Now Cabrini Green, that's where Candyman was at. In Candyman, the movie Candyman. Yeah. Yeah, Kim Fields still look good to this day, boy. Aries Spears denied his hatred for all things West Coast. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did, bro. I know he slid up out of there real smooth, like, man. Man, I'm looking at the Fields family. They on I'm looking at them on Family Feud right now. The mama Chip Fields, Chip Fields was Penny Mama. She burned Janet Jackson on Good Times with that iron. Penny. Chip Fields, Alexis Fields, Kim Fields, yeah. Boy, listen. Did you do the TikTok video of black people doing a line dance to the Law and Order theme song? Nah, I ain't even know that. He said Alexis Fields a freak. How you know that, Rons? What? He said if they didn't kill James off, we would have never gotten damn. And her breaking the dishes. Imagine if Bernie Mac was hosting Family Feud instead of Steve Harvey. Shout out Bernie Mac, man. Southside Chicago, baby. Chicago and them. Damn. Hey, Florida Evans, man. Oh my God. Esther Rowe is Florida Evans. Rest in peace to Esther Rowe. Rest in peace to John Amos. Rest in peace to Janae Dubois, who played Walona. Bernie was from Southside. Yep. Went to Chicago Vocational CVS High School. Same high school Jawan Howard went to. Same high school the great Dick Butkus went to. DL Hughley was the weak link of the King. Yeah, he had the weakest set on the Kings of Comedy. But DL is still a great comedian to me, though. I think a lot of black folks let DL set on Kings of Comedy determine his funny meter. DL still is funny though. He didn't have a really his set wasn't that good to me on Kings of Comedy like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do think he was the weakest link on the Kings of Comedy for sure. Yeah, Janae Dubois did sing. She did sing the theme song for the Jefferson. She did, yeah. Talented woman. Walona was fine in Frog Hill too. Yesterday made 17 years since Bernie passed. Yeah, the summer of 2008. I remember it like yesterday, man. I remember that being at the house. I was on right off 87th Street, right in Chatham. And just being just dumbfounded, like just shocked that Bernie Mac was gone. Hey, Dr. X. You want to know something, Dr. X? I think Cedric Entertainer was the second funniest comedian on the set. With the second, I think he had the second best stand up that night to me. Now Steve was hosting, so he was going in and out. Steve had some funny moments for sure. I thought Cedric had the second best stand up though to me that night, in my opinion. I never forget the day I heard he passed. My stepdad had told me, and I was 10 at the time. Yeah, man. She played Keenan Ivory Wayans' mama, and I'm gonna get you sucker. Yeah, I'm gonna get you sucker, boy. That's my movie there, man. I heard they about to drop last Friday. Faison Love said something about it, right? On Vlad TV. He said something about it, I think. Man. But hey, y'all, man, I'm finna get off this thing, man. I appreciate y'all for hopping on so late. I appreciate y'all hopping on without no video. Man, I'm a little under the weather, so I hopped in, lay down in the bed real quick, man. So, you know, while I'm talking to y'all, man. So I'm finna try to get my boy to sleep, man. But I appreciate y'all hopping on. Appreciate everybody coming on, showing love. My dog, man, I appreciate the Cash App donation too, bro. I appreciate that a ton, boss. And yeah, man, y'all have a good night. And I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. Said Citizen Morgan say thanks. I enjoyed this tonight, man. I'm glad you did, man. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Probably like maybe 2 o'clock, something like that. 2, 3 o'clock, maybe. And I'm gonna get up with y'all then, man. But until then, good night, y'all. Holler at y'all later. Peace.